Hello everyone, this is Vishnu, Chief Technology Advisor at SAssociates. In the previous class, we discussed about head elements. Now we'll investigate about body tag elements too. Body is the visible content of the HTML page. Every website you open and whatever you see will be inside the body of the HTML. HTML body has few most popularly used elements. Headings and paragraphs, I can say, are the top among them. We have 6 types of headings, H1 to H6. The only difference they have is their size. All the headings have bold by default. All the text content that you display will use paragraphs. Pre-tag is used to display a pre-formatted text. They display the content as you put in them. Okay. Now we can use them and build our first HTML page. We can create a HTML page using a notepad too, but it is better to use some editors for formatting and visibility purpose. If you're a Windows user, please download Notepad++. Go search for Notepad++ and click on downloads. If you have a 32-bit, then install 32-bit installer, and if you have 64-bit, download the 64-bit installer. And if you're a Linux or Mac user, I'll suggest you use Atom and go and install the Atom editor. Once the installation is done, we can create our first HTML page. So I already installed it. Close all the unnecessary open tabs. So before you type anything into your editor, please save the page as index.html. Because of the file and extension you provided, your editor will help you out in coding. I'll show you how. You can see without typing the whole thing, I got it because I've saved it in .html extension. So we'll create all the headings. So H2, which is heading 2, we have seen, and H3, which is heading 3. Similarly, we have H4, H5, H6. So next, H4, heading 4, H5, heading 5, and the last one, H6, which is heading 6, heading 6. We'll also put a paragraph here. Yeah. We'll also put the title of the page. My first page. Save it. Take the full path of your page and copy it in your browser. So this is how HTML page will be shown on your browser. So all the tags that you have entered is removed, and whatever you have taken in the head is also being removed. So we also have another paragraph tag which is pre. um, I'll show you the difference between pre and the paragraph tag. So this is the second sentence. So try and copy and paste this in the pre-formatted tag. Now you refresh the page. So this is the difference between the paragraph tag and the pre-formatted paragraph. So paragraph will remove all your white spaces, whereas a pre-formatted tag will show the content as it is. And next we'll go to HTML attributes. Attributes are the name value pairs and provide additional information about HTML elements. We have seen and spoke a little about them in the previous session, and I already mentioned attributes can only be specified in the start tags. You can look at the examples below. Hyperlink with href attribute, image with source attribute which specifies the image location, and a paragraph with style attribute used for styling. HTML5 doesn't require quotes for attributes, but it is recommended to use them. So coming to styling attribute, styling can be used for all the elements in the body. You can style each and every attribute using them. And now let's have another tutorial for styling and attributes. So styling, let's first give it for the body. Style, sorry, style. We'll change the background color. Something like red, and heading, we'll change the font style to something like uh, italic, and for paragraph, sorry, uh, we'll change the font weight to bold. And for some, here we have a pre-formatted uh, paragraph here. We'll style it to, we'll change the text color to yellow. Okay, save it and refresh your page. Okay, I think some of the things haven't come up. We'll look into the things why it did not. So the background spelling is wrong, and I think other things are okay. So heading got changed, and this paragraph got bolder, and the color of the pre-formatted paragraph got changed. Heading, I think there is some problem. We'll look into it too. So font style to italic, H1 heading, and we have given the font style to italic. Okay, we'll look into it later. So this is how we'll give styling to each and every element in the HTML. Um, next, the next one is HTML colors. We can assign colors in HTML using predefined color names like red, blue, etc. And we have already used them. Or we can also we also have some pretty other ways to assign the colors using RGB, RGBA, hex, HSL, and HSLA, etc. RGB is red, green, blue values that can be varied from 0 to 255. In RGBA, A is used for opacity. And coming to hexadecimal values, um, each individual value can range from 0 to F. This is similar to RGB. The first two represent red, the next two values represent green, the last two represent the blue. So let's implement all of these here. So we are given background color as red. So we'll give a RGB value instead. RGB. So for red, you should give 255 and 0, comma 0 because our other values should be 0. So here, style, background color, RGB, let's copy and paste this. And if you want a black text, it should be all zeros. And if you want to give an RGBA, we'll see the difference here. And I'll give the opacity as, which is the alpha value, as 0.5. For the other thing, we'll give a hexadecimal value. Style, we'll change the text color here. Something like yellow. So now we'll refresh our page. So we can see here the first one, which is black, is completely black, but the second one is a little black. It is because the opacity that we have given as 50%. You can also represent colors using HSL, that is hue, saturation, and lightness. This is out of the scope of our tutorial and not widely used. You can search for it online if interested. And that's all for this tutorial. Next, we'll look into some other important elements of body. Thank you.